Hi guys, Aaron with Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay guys, just before I get into it, I won't be live tonight on TikTok. I will be live Monday night at 7 p.m. instead this week because I am working this weekend. So yeah, I will be back to normal 7 p.m. live TikTok each week. So my subscribers on TikTok that get your free question or free 3 cards, please join me tomorrow night, Monday night, 7 p.m. To everybody else, as you normal, choose pile 1, 2, or 3, whichever one you're attracted to, whichever resonates with you. Watch that part of this week's video, and that's just, the week ahead or what's just ahead for you. Okay, guys, I really hope this helps. I hope you enjoy, and don't forget that I will be live Sunday nights at 7 p.m. on TikTok if you want to come past and say g'day. Again, this week it will be Monday. Apart from that, I hope you have a great week and blessed be. Hi guys, Aaron with Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, so if you chose pile number 1, then this is your reading. Okay guys, this is the transformation and change card. It is upside down. So it is saying that there is a lack of transformation, a lack of change going on around you at the moment. And I feel like that we're saying that in a good way, okay? So this is kind of like, normally when we say there's lack of change or transformation, we automatically think that's a bad thing. Oh, everything's going to keep going the way it is and nothing's going to get better, blah, blah, blah. That's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is that you're not going to lose the good things that you've got going on, the things that you love in life, okay? I don't specifically feel that there is a lack of change around you. I feel like things are going to improve around you. But regardless of what is going to happen or isn't going to happen, what this is kind of saying is you're not going to lose any of the good things in life. So, hypothetically, if money is starting to balance out, that's not going to change. That's going to stay. If you're starting to work on yourself and let go of negative things of the past, baggage and stuff like that, and you feel like you're improving and getting there, that's not going to change. Okay, it's the good things that aren't going to change. They're just going to keep on getting better. All right. Now, your first card out is the holiday card. It's the summertime card. Okay, so this is a card of relaxation. This is like, if you have the ability to take holidays, then take holidays. But this is more so, hitting pause on all the stress and the worry and the stuff that's going on. Like I always say, we're always going to have bills. We're always going to have some form of debt in one form or another, regardless of how much money you do or don't have. So at the end of the day, sometimes we get overwhelmed by everything and we get to that point where we just can't anymore, We need to take 5 minutes where it's just like, whatever. And you just put your feet up and start to get your energy back and start to look after yourself, okay? And that's kind of what I'm picking up here. This is time to sit back and relax and enjoy what you do have. Again, the good things aren't going away, so enjoy it. They're going to build up. So look, we're always going to have problems. That's just life. That's what life is. If we didn't have problems and lived in paradise, well, that would mean that we're dead. We're always going to have problems. So life is about balancing the good and the bad. You've got to accept, embrace, and realize your blessings in life. And sometimes, just like sometimes we wallow in self-pity or doubt or desperation or sadness or depression or anger, we always wallow in those negative aspects, negative things. We all do from time to time. But now it's kind of like wallow in the good things. Just enjoy what you do have and let that envelop you. And what I think that this whole thing is doing is it's kind of like, okay, we're taking a break. That's what it feels like. Taking 5 minutes out, getting rid of all the negative crap, realizing the positives, and kind of living in that sort of energy. And what that's going to do is when you do pick yourself up and continue moving forward, it's going to attract that good energy to you. Okay, it's going to build on what is good in your life. Because what you send out, you attract back 9 times out of 10. Okay, so the next card is the negative energy card, okay? So this is normally I feel this is, well, I want to say feeling. This is kind of like the negative energy, feeling like somebody's out to get you, or the universe is out to get you for whatever reason. You know, sometimes we just feel like, we're destined for failure, we're destined for doom, and it's just one thing after another after another. Look, that we all go through phases like that, and regardless of how clean your soul and your karma is and all of that, you're still going to have times in your life where it feels like you're having a run of bad luck, or you've got this negative energy out to get you, or it could even be that somebody for absolutely no reason hates you and is trying to cause you crap. It's really hard to process that from a logical point of view. Like, I don't deserve this, I'm a good person, I send out good energy. At the end of the day, sometimes that really just doesn't matter, and crap happens, and that's what I feel like. This card isn't representing what's ahead for you in the sense that somebody's out to get you and throw you under the bus and doom and gloom. This is kind of like that energy does exist, okay? It is around you. So what I just said before I turn this card over is the energy that we send out, we attract back. Okay, so if you're sending out like negative energy, not in the sense of pissing people off and getting angry and lying and playing games and all that. Obviously, all of that stuff comes back to you. But if you're sending out negative energy in the sense of, oh, what's next? I always say to people, what else could go wrong? I always say to people, do not ask that question, because you will get an answer. The universe will always go, well, if you are looking like, what's next, like, poor me, things are all going wrong, the universe will answer and go, look, just to show you that things can always be worse. Okay, so it's like tempting fate. I don't suggest you do that, but that's kind of the energy that we're talking about. Oh, I'm never going to make it, everybody else gets ahead and I get left behind. And look, these are all genuine feelings, and honestly, we've all been there. But if you live in that sort of energy, if you dwell in that sort of energy, like that's your go-to, oh, what else is going to go wrong? This has gone wrong and that's gone wrong and it comes in threes and, blah, blah, blah. If you're sending out that energy, you're your own worst enemy. You're the one that's out to get you, because what you're doing is building brick walls in front of you, negative walls, that is going to A, attract more negative energy, because that's what you're sending out there, and B, with the light side of the universe, that wants to help you, before they can get you, they have to break through that negative barrier that you're putting up. So imagine how thick that barrier is if you dwell in this energy for years and years and years. You're being your own worst enemy. It's kind of like you are manifesting your worst dreams and desires, and so this is why I'm saying pull it back. Yes, crap happens to all of us, and sometimes we're stuck in what we feel like is a hole. Just remember, regardless of what the choices are, you always have choices. They might not be good choices, they might not be choices you want to make, but there are always choices, okay? There's always free will. There is always, I want to say, a way out, a way up, a change, Sometimes we have to go through the darkness, so we can appreciate the light on the other side. So what this is saying is, yes, process those negative emotions, but when I say process them, put yourself in that situation where, like, yes, I feel down, yes, things seem to be slow and don't seem to be happening for me right now, but they will. And have that trust and that faith in the universe that it is going to work out, because normally it's going to. But you need to start building up that, I'm always expecting bad shit to happen, but why can't good things happen? Something bad, we normally focus on that bad thing happening to us, but just as much as a bad thing can happen to us, a good thing can. Your best friend or a family member could win the lotto tomorrow and shower you with gifts and money and all this and change your life overnight, Just the same as you could have a car accident tomorrow and end up in a wheelchair. Like, your life can change in a second. So just have that positivity out there that, yes, your life can change in a positive way, at any point, okay? So have that, you've got to work on having that faith and looking on the bright side. Right, now your last card here is a separation card. So I do feel like that this is actually saying if you process this negativity and start letting go of it, you are going to separate yourself from that negative life and kind of enter a new chapter of your life where things are positive. And I'll give you an example. I used to be this person that was always prepared for the worst, always expecting the worst, always budgeting for the worst, and if good things happen, great. And yes, it was a safe way to live because you just anything bad that happens, you're kind of expecting it. It's also a really sad and depressing way to live because you kind of get to the point where, well, why am I even bothering? I'm just existing at this point. I'm not living my life. And genuinely, when I started to change that and started to realize that good things can happen, and let's focus on that as well, I eventually got to the point where I'm like, well, life is balanced. Good and bad are going to come at me. So when I wake up in the morning, it's kind of exciting to figure out what is coming. Is it good? Is it bad? And now, because I'm open to both good and bad, when bad things happen, I'll be like, okay, that kind of sucks. But now that something's bad has happened, I can expect something good to happen. And that's kind of, life is balance, okay? And now I like to consider myself a very positive person. I'm realistic. I know that I could wake up tomorrow and my car could be stolen. But just as likely as that is to happen, I could wake up tomorrow and get a phone call that one of my friends or family have won the lotto and are buying me a brand new car. Each thing is just as likely to happen. So I've separated myself from that negative thinking. I've dropped down those negative walls, and I find that on balance, on looking at my life, there's a lot more positive things that happen to me rather than negative things these days. And it's kind of the more positive I am and the more that I send that energy out that anything really can happen positively. And if something bad does happen, okay, it's going to suck, but I've got the strength and the tools now to be able to work through anything negative that happens. That's the kind of headspace that I live in at the moment. And good things are just things are building for me personally in a very positive way. And that's what I'm saying. I've separated from that, just expecting the worst, having the worst, everything going wrong, because I'm sending that out there, I'm expecting it, and I'm getting it. Okay, now I'm doing the other thing, where I'm sending out positive energy, I'm expecting positive energy back, and I'm getting positive energy back. It's very hard to do, it takes time, but this is what this lesson for you this week is really about, okay, because it really is going to help you. And this separation is starting that new chapter where things are positive and they do work out. It's almost like me casting a money magic spell on you, and then suddenly money starts coming in from different directions, and you're like, wow, well, I'm excited to see where the next positive energy regarding money is going to come from. It's that sort of energy that I'm trying to speak to you about. Okay, guys, I really do hope that helped. If you want a full reading, you can contact me at my website, thegreenspsychic.com, or through any of the socials. I'm live every Sunday night on TikTok at 7 p.m. Except for this week, I will be live on Monday night at 7 p.m. because I'm working on location on Sunday. So these videos are up every Sunday night at 7 p.m. I hope you enjoy. I hope they're useful. And if you do have TikTok, don't be afraid to come and say good day. Until next week, guys, blessed be. Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on a Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, wow. Alright, just give me a sec. Cards are flying out all over the place. Alright, so if you chose pile number 2, this is your reading, and it's starting off very positive. Okay, so this is the succubus card. This is, well, it can, look, it's normally either people or situations. Normally when I'm doing a general, it's normally situations that are draining you of your energy, you know. So this can be stress, anxiety, worry, depression, trying to figure out how to get out of a situation, all that energy that we put, all those situations we put energy into us, and then just sitting there for like an hour thinking about these things, we end up having all of our energy sucked out of us, and it's like, okay, I need to have a nap. I just can't be bothered. It's that sort of a thing. Same as when you're around friends. They're not always toxic. Sometimes it's friends that have the best intentions, that they kind of just talk and talk and talk and drain us of our energy, and we walk away going, oh my gosh, I need to get away from this person for 5 minutes because they're draining the energy out of you. Okay, so this is that sort of a situation. I'm going more for situations about stress and worry rather than a specific people, although if there are people like that in your life, I'm not saying they're toxic, but you do need to balance the energy flow. Maybe instead of going out all day with that person, go out half a day, or change the subject when you're starting to get drained, or okay, I've got to go now and leave the situation. If they are toxic people, then it's all about them and never about you. You know what to do. But this is more, this energy is turning around. Okay, this is upside down, so it's that sort of a situation coming to an end. So in a general reading for you guys, what I'm picking up is that there is a situation around you that you may have been stressing or worrying about that is finally coming to an end. There's resolution, there's that getting your energy back, resolved. I feel strength, I feel confidence, I feel standing up, I feel a lot of good for you, okay? Perfect. This is going with what we're talking about. This is the addiction card. So this isn't just drugs, alcohol, gambling. You can be addicted to people and places and habits and ways of thinking, ways of life. This is coming to terms with an addiction and getting rid of it, okay? So this whole energy sucking thing, this situation, you could be stressing. This could be as simple as you are stressing about your bills. You may have a $10,000 credit card bill, and you're like, oh my God, I want to pay this off, it's stressing me out, and blah, blah, blah. Look, that bill ain't going anywhere. It's going to be there for a while. So instead of stressing about it, just accept it. Just as much as it sucks, you've got that bill. You are managing to pay the minimum payments at the moment, maybe a little bit extra. That bill is eventually going to go away. Okay, instead of a credit card bill, we'll go with a mortgage. Okay, you're going to have a mortgage for a while, but balancing the mortgage repayments, as long as you're paying the mortgage, it is going to go away. And that's something that you've got to remember. You could win the lotto tomorrow and pay off your mortgage overnight. Great. Your friend, your family, somebody in your family could win the lotto tomorrow and pay off your mortgage for you. Great. We all go, yeah, that'd be nice, and roll our eyes. But it is just as possible for that to happen in your life as it is for you to get up tomorrow and have a car accident. If I say to you that, it's very possible that you're going to have a car accident next week, most people are like, yeah, that sounds about right, and they're open to something as mundane and as bad as that, because we accept bad things in our life a lot easier than we accept positive things that can really change our life in a positive way. So this is kind of get over that thinking. Just as likely as it is for you to have a car accident next week, somebody that you know could win the lotto and pay off your mortgage, or buy you a house, or buy you a car, or do something really nice, okay? So it's kind of like this week, the energy is kind of like break out of that bad thinking, start looking at the possibilities of life, the positive things. We as humans have more of an attention span for things that go negative. We more worry about things going wrong. We dwell on things from the past that are negative rather than the positive, okay? That's just human nature. It's a self-defense mechanism. That's what we do. You need to train yourself and your body and your mind to start accepting the possibility that good things can happen. You kind of attract the same energy that you're sending out. So even if you are a positive person, great, karma, all of that, if you're walking around looking for spiders, you're going to find spiders, okay? So instead of going around expecting bad things and looking for bad things, start looking, instead of looking, in the dark nitty-gritty corners of your house for spiders, go outside and stare at the beautiful stars of a nighttime. Oh my gosh, and imagine what's out there and how far that light has traveled and how big the universe actually is, Go and have start studying your plants and having a look at the very fine details on a leaf or a flower petal. And, what I'm trying to say is stop and smell the roses, Instead of focusing on the bad stuff, focusing on the good things in life. And then you will start to attract that sort of energy. Okay, now this isn't just advice of what you should do. This is actually what you are going to do. So it's a really good thing. So what I'm saying is when you still find yourself focusing more on the positive rather than the negative, embrace that and go with it, okay? Applaud yourself and continue to push yourself to do that, because that's where your energy is really going to change and there is really going to be a lot of good things for you. Okay, now this is a wintertime card. This is the protection card. This is the bubble. So I do feel like that there is a period of hibernation here, keeping to yourself, becoming a recluse. You know, this is happening more and more with each individual person as the years go on. You know, people are just more comfortable inside their own home, doing whatever they're doing, whether they're enjoying it or bored, it doesn't matter. They feel more comfortable there than going out and doing something, okay? So, look, this isn't a push to get you out, but it is, I feel like it's like a nudge to you to start thinking about trying to find a way out of your comfort zone. Look, I'm getting join a group of some sort, start yoga, or join a book club, or, you know, go join bingo, or join a 10-pin bowling club. It's even if it's one night a week or one day a week, you'll be able to find something that is affordable in your budget that you will be able to do, where you get out of the house, out of your comfort zone. You meet new people, you make new friends, you learn something new. This is what this is saying, because when you start off small like that, that's where you're saying to the universe, okay, well, I want to improve on myself. I want to improve my life. I'm willing to get out there, and it's like the universe will meet you halfway. This is how you're going to make new friends. This is how you're going to meet new people, possibly romantically as well. You're going to learn new things. You're going to feel a lot more literally open to positive things happening for you, okay, and with you. Now the last card is the, I keep forgetting to change this. Where is that? Okay, I'm going to use masking tape on this afterwards. Okay, so it's no longer the sex card. It is the impulse card, and it is upside down. So it's kind of like, look, you've got nothing to lose. This is what it's saying to me. Look at the symbol. I specifically chose that symbol because right way up, upside down, it's the same symbol. So good or bad, you've got nothing to lose, just ahead. So if you do get out there and you start bingo, for instance, whether you get out there and you know, have fun with bingo and start winning prizes and make new friends, whether that's a good thing for you, or you turn around and go, you know what, it wasn't fun, I didn't meet new people, or the people I did meet I didn't really want to be friends with. You know, even though I was winning things, it didn't really bother me. Regardless of whether it's a positive or negative experience for you, you lose nothing by trying, okay? And what I'm saying is, normally when we think about getting out of our comfort zone, we're like, this could either be positive or it could be negative, one way or the other. It's kind of like you lose nothing by trying, and you'll gain nothing if you don't change your life, okay? So this is basically like, look, if you spend $20 going to yoga, okay, $20 in a class for yoga, and you try that for a couple of weeks, at the end of the day, yeah, you might lose, say you do 3 classes, $60. If you really hate it, or if you go and people are mean and blah, 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 you know, you really, okay, you lose $60, but at the end of the day, you've tried to get out there, you've tried something new. If that hasn't worked, then try something else. Maybe you want to do yoga and then you start doing it and you're like, I really don't like this, I'm not enjoying it. Well, kudos for you. That's something you can mark off your to-do list because you've tried it. You've given it a fair whack. I would say stick with it, but like if you don't want to go anymore, don't go. Maybe you want to try bowling instead, try something new. So at the end of the day, it's kind of like, look, you've got nothing to lose, so just give it a shot. Look on the bright side of things, let go of the negative, let go of the bad things in your life. Enjoy your time that you've got at the moment and start looking towards the future, the next steps for you. That's basically what this reading this week is about, okay? And you've got nothing to lose one way or the other. So look, I do want to say there is a touch of Even, I believe everything happens for a reason. Even the negative things that happen around us happen for a reason. So, you learn something in everything that you do. Okay? Guys, I do hope that helped. If you do want a full reading, you can contact me through my website, thegreenspsychic.com, or through the socials. I will be live every Sunday night on TikTok at 7 p.m, except this week I will be live on Monday night because I'm working on location Sunday night. So yeah, I hope these help. Until next week, I hope you have a great week. Blessed be. Hi guys, Aaron with Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me again on that Sunday night for your free triple deck reading. Okay, so if you chose pile number 3, this is your reading. Okay, so yes, this does talk about love and romance, but it's also talking about loving energy around you. Okay, so how do I put this? Look, regardless of if things are good or bad, you're going to feel the love this week, in the next couple of weeks. Okay, I'm not ruling out new beginnings in relationships, new partners romantically. If you are married or with somebody, this is an increase in the love juice, basically. But regardless of all of that, whether you're single or with somebody, there's love around you. There's love from friends and family and just in general. I feel like you're going to be like, oh, the universe loves me. It's that sort of energy that I'm picking up. So having said all of that, that's very, very positive. But that's how you're going to be feeling, and that's the energy you're going to be getting. Whether something good is happening or bad, okay, you're going to be feeling that love. So hypothetically, you could crash your car. Very sad. You've got to deal with that problem now. But it could be that you crash your car, but you avoided hitting somebody else. And so you're like, oh, I'm so thankful for that. And people stop and they come up and they're like genuinely caring. Are you okay? We saw what happened. You might exchange numbers and they keep in contact for a while. There's that loving energy where it's like you feel loved, you feel cared. It's kind of like seeing the good side of humanity, which a lot of us have given up on hope with good things from people around us. Now this is a balance card. So again, this is kind of like everything's going to work out. It's going to be totally fine, all right? Good things happen, bad things happen, for every good action that happens is a bad one. We understand that, we know, yeah, of course. But when I say that with every bad action that happens, something good happens, a lot of people tend to find that harder to believe. Well, you can't believe in heaven without hell, or hell without heaven, You can't believe the universe is out to get you and is, chasing you and kicking you while you're down. You can't have that mentality and not believe that the flip side of the universe is going to help pick you up and help get you stronger and help push you forward. Okay? Push and pull. Opposites. So this is what I'm saying. When good things happen, bad things do. When bad things happen, good things happen. So it is all about balance, okay? But this is you feeling in a good... Again, you're in a good, positive, clear headspace. So... Again, it's like you've had that car accident and you're like, well, it's bad that I've had that accident, but it could have been so much worse. I'm thankful that I didn't hit another person, that my airbags went off and I wasn't physically injured or had to take time off work because I'm going to need to be able to pay for a new car or insurance or whatever. It's that clarity that things... thanking the universe for your blessings and seeing that things genuinely could always be a lot worse. Okay, a lot of times this sort of energy, it's hard because this is general, but a lot of times I get this sort of energy with a person that's about to hear bad news from their best friend that they've got cancer, like hypothetically. And then you see their whole being fall apart, going through those stages of grief, dealing with cancer and how it affects their life and their friends and their family and their work and them physically. And, there's nothing horrible or bad about us that when we hear that somebody is going through something bad, that we turn and go, oh, my heart goes out to them, but I'm so thankful that it's not happening to me. Okay, it's that sort of energy where you have that clarity and that respect that, yeah, bad things happen and be thankful for what you got because it could always be worse. It's like I'm a guy, so when I get the flu, which is very, very rare, I do suffer from man flu. I don't put that on anybody else, but I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, and I get into bed, and it's like, oh, when will this end? But I was sick a couple of weeks back, and the thing that I decided to do when I was sick is be thankful that it was just a flu. To be thankful that I didn't have a serious disease like, cancer or leukemia, or, I didn't have COVID and what needed to be hospitalized. And I took my blessings and I was thankful that it wasn't worse than what it was. And when we have a cold, we know that we're going to have it for a couple of days, maybe a week. But that positive thinking, I actually got through that cold, and it was a bad one, a lot quicker than I normally do. Normally I have a cold for a week, and then the second week it's about recovering it, getting rid of. No, this was over in like 3 days, I think. And after a full week, I had the voice that was still, but I was a lot better in that shape. And this is what I'm saying. When you thank the universe for your blessings and realize that things could be a lot worse, you have this positive energy that comes over you that's like, oh, well, I can make it through this. I have a cold, poor me, but at least I don't, I'm not losing a leg, or I don't have a brain tumor, I can make it through a freaking cold. And this is kind of the sort of thinking that you need to take into the rest of your life, into the other aspects of your life. Yeah, you and your partner might be fighting at the moment, where you're disagreeing on whether to buy a house now or wait another 12 months. But, you could be in one of those relationships where you're getting bashed by your partner, or there's constant cheating and distrust, or, your partner could be sick. That's what I'm talking about. Seeing where you are and realizing, okay, I might not have everything in life worked out. I might not be the happiest, but I'm definitely a lot better off than a lot of people. Like, we grew up with... there are starving kids in Africa, so be thankful for what you got. And that is such a cliche that we don't even stop and think. But yes, there are children over in Africa, and a whole bunch of different countries now. How many countries are currently at war with each other? Our lives could be so much worse than what they are. And yes, we may not be 100% satisfied and happy with our life, and it's different circumstances for each individual person, yes, but the takeaway is that be thankful for what you got, because it could be a lot worse. So that's kind of where this balance is coming from, okay? Now, this is good. This is travel. This is growth. This is movement. This is, imagine that you've never traveled before and you're traveling from one side of the country to another. Imagine how much going on a road trip from one side to the country to the other, and stopping here, there, and everywhere, wherever you want along the way. Imagine how many new people you meet, how much you're going to experience, what you're going to see, what you're going to feel. That's what we're talking about with growth and movement with you coming. This loving energy that's around you, and this clarity, this balance, this clarity that you have, you are going to be seeing and experience things on a new level. It's almost like you're taking ecstasy for the first time in your life, and you're like, or you're smoking pot, and it's like, well, I've had, I don't know, breakfast cereal every day of my life, but when you're high, it tastes different, it feels different, you notice different things. Look, if you do drugs, go for it, whatever. I don't personally, because especially with the psychic thing, it just messes with my head. But it's that sort of scenario that I'm talking about, okay? It's kind of like, even walking outside and putting on a pair of sunglasses for the first time ever. How much does that one little thing change your outlook on life? You can see things clearly. Things might be a slightly different shade. What about the polarized ones, where the sunlight just disappears and you can see everything clearly? It's kind of when you start working with energy and really changing your outlook on life, things genuinely, you do grow, you do change. What you want out of life changes. Things that once seemed really important no longer matter. Other things that were like the little things in life that we overlooked, like our mother's love, suddenly we can appreciate that on a whole new level, and it becomes the biggest thing in our life. This is what I'm saying. A lot of positive changes around you coming. My gosh, the build up to that. The last card is the blessing card, okay? So this is the best card you can get in my deck of cards. This is being blessed by the universe. Happiness, harmony, peace, love, everything that we strive to achieve, okay? This doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win the lotto or buy that house or get that job, but it is that it doesn't matter about all those things because you're going to feel like you have that job, you have that, you're going to be happy with what you have to the point where you're like, I wouldn't change a thing. And it's that sort of a blessing. That's what we strive for in life. I say to people, you know, when you're single and you're thinking of your perfect partner, a lot of times we fantasize about a good-looking, rich person that can take care of us and blah, blah, blah. And a lot of times I'm like, that's fine. That's human nature to think like that. But don't overlook that hot dog vendor on the street that proudly every day gets up and sells his hot dogs because, you know, he's so happy. He feels like a multi-millionaire. He doesn't have a boss watching over his shoulder. He can pick up and go wherever he wants with those hot dogs. He loves hot dogs. They're cheap to buy. They're easy to make. People seem to get happy when there's a hot dog, you know, and that person is blessed. And having that person as your partner in life is a blessing to you. Do you know what I'm saying? This is where you're going to feel very blessed for everything you have. You might not be the richest person in the world, but what you do have, you're going to feel blessed for having. And that's a beautiful, beautiful headspace. And this blessing card, this is kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel. This is where we want to get to in life. This symbolizes making it. And that's what I feel like is coming for you. Okay? Guys, I really hope that helped. If you do want a full reading, you can contact me via my website, thegreenspsychic.com, or through the socials. I'm live every Sunday night on TikTok at 7 p.m. except for this week because I'm going to be live on I'm going to be working on location, so I will be live on Monday instead. Guys, I really hope this helped. If it does, give me a like, a subscribe, you know, leave a comment, all those good things, and I will see you next week. Blessed be.